Welcome back to another rebuild I have for you guys here today on Madden 20. Today it is going to be a realistic rebuild. I haven't done a realistic rebuild in such a long time. The last time I did one was, I think, in like maybe late August, early September or something. It's been a while. But we're back doing the Atlanta Falcons. But as always, before I really start this video, if you guys are new around here and end up enjoying this one, feel free to subscribe to the channel. It would be awesome. I'd love to have you guys back for my next upload. Also, if you end up enjoying the video, feel free to leave a like. Two final plugs, as usual. If you guys want to follow me on Discord or join my Twitter, links to those are both down below. But let's start talking about this Falcons team. So, of course, they have a pretty bad record. Right now, they are 2-7. They just had a massive win, though, over the Saints. Don't know what happened in that one. I think that was an away game as well. They got a ton of pressure. The Saints didn't look too good. Michael Thomas still went off for me, though, in fantasy, so that's always a good sign. But, quarterback Matt Ryan, I don't really think he's an issue right now, at least. He's getting up there in age for sure, but he's still an 88 overall. The superstar development is kind of obsolete at this point, considering how old he is. But, he can still sling the rock pretty well. He's still a good quarterback. I'm fine with him, honestly, for this team. I don't know if I'm going to prioritize drafting a quarterback this year or not. Maybe if one falls into the second round or something, I don't want to use an early first rounder on a quarterback, at least not right now. Devontae Freeman is the starting running back. This is a player who I may want to replace in a couple seasons. He's good. Devontae Freeman is a good running back, but he's 27. He's going to begin regressing soon. I'd like to replace him in like 1 or 2 years if possible. He'll finish out the rest of this year, but then after this one, I don't really know what the future holds for him. Julio Jones, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. He's a beast. Calvin Ridley's good. Justin Hardy here, the third receiver. He's not bad. He's a 73. Definitely looking to get another wide receiver on this team, especially for when Julio Jones starts regressing into oblivion. That can happen at some point. Also, I didn't auto-generate this roster or anything like that, because I'm pretty sure the current rosters, at least when you start from the current week, I think they have like all the injuries updated and whatnot. So I don't want to mess with that. I'm just going to, keep this roster. So if there's a starter here who I forget to mention and who is injured, that's just because, he's injured and he's not in the starting lineup right now. The offensive line for this team isn't really tremendous. Jake Matthews at left tackle. James Carpenter is not very good. Alex Mack at center. Jerron Brown. Caleb McGarry, right? That's your name? Okay, you're a rookie. You have some potential. 24 years old, though. Kind of old for a rookie. Austin Hooper is balling out this year, man. Austin Hooper is a beast. Austin Hooper has been good for a while, but now I finally feel like he's getting a lot of targets and whatnot. He's a beast, man. One of the better tight ends in the NFL, honestly. Here's a good example of a starter being out. Keanu Neal is not the starting strong safety right now because he is injured currently, so that's why Ricardo Allen is here. Damontae Kazee is the starting free safety. He's not too bad. He's 26 years old. We can get a couple years out of him probably. Desmond Trufant's down to an 85. He's 28 years old. I don't think this is a player we bring back when his contract is up. I don't know how much longer he has on this contract though. Cornerback is definitely a position I'd like to target here for the Falcons. He has 4 years left on his contract. Oh, he's making a ton of money. That's not looking like a good contract right now. He may be a player I throw on the trade block at some point because he's going to regress really badly. He's going to be like an 80 overall around the time he's making about 16 mil. That's not worth it. Isaiah Oliver, though, star development. He's young. He's 22 years old. He can definitely stay on the team here. Then we also have Kendall Sheffield, who's a rookie out of Ohio State. He's good, too. I'm actually okay with, them developing, potentially being the future corners on this team. Tack McKinley here at right end, a 79 overall, not too bad. Grady Jarrett is a stud, 88 overall defensive tackle. Love me some Grady Jarrett. I trade for him all the time. Tyler Davison isn't a bad defensive tackle, number 2. He's a 77 overall. And then left end, we have Alan Bailey. And then linebackers, we have Devondre Campbell, Deion Jones, and this guy whose name I'm not trying to pronounce. I don't exactly know who he is, if I'm being real here. I'm sorry, Falcons fans. But he doesn't seem too bad. He's a 71 overall, and he's also pretty young, I believe. Yeah, he's 24 years old. He's actually not too bad. But that is the Falcons roster. They really don't have a bad team. They just have a poor record right now. They're not playing well. They always get hit with the injury bug, it seems. And Julio Jones is frustrated. That's fun. But anyway, let's advance now to the end of the season. I'll catch you guys up with the stats then. Let me just talk about quickly the draft class I will be using for this video. If you guys want to download this draft class, look up the gamer tag Papa Crunk 21, when you go to download draft classes, and you should be able to find 3 of them. So it should be C4 2020 final, C4 2021 final, and C4 2022 final. Because this is C4's draft class, just translated onto Xbox, but I actually made a few modifications to mine. You guys can either make these modifications yourself, or you can just, roll with the base draft class. This is somewhat outdated in the sense that I think this was made somewhere in October. So some of the overalls aren't exactly correct. Like, for example, Joe Burrow in the original one isn't that high of an overall. He's projected to be like a third rounder. So I changed his overall a little bit. I moved him up to the first round because I think that's fair. Also, a couple name misspellings. Like, I came across a couple of those, and I just corrected their names. So if you guys download the original file, you will see a couple players' names misspelled. Once again, though, I don't know much about college football. I've said this a lot in the past. I don't really focus on college football that much. I'm more of just an NFL guy. I don't know. I know college football can be interesting. There's a lot of crazy games and whatnot. Like, I enjoy watching it from time to time, but it's not something I'm super passionate about. So I don't really know if all of these names and colleges and whatnot are correct. So definitely let me know if you see anything that is, you know, not correct. Like, I know this center, I'm pretty sure goes to, like, Wisconsin or something. I don't know why it says NA. Hold on, let me make sure he goes to Wisconsin and I'm not a moron. I'm probably a moron. Okay, yeah, I'm correct. He goes to Wisconsin. It says NA here. Maybe I'll change that at some point. But he was actually one of the people whose name was spelled wrong. There wasn't the S, it was just the Z. But that's how you spell his last name, according to Google, and from my knowledge, because I actually know who this is, because I recognize him from prior draft classes on other Maddens and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure I've pronounced his name wrong in the past, though, so I'm not going to try to say it now. But yeah, so a couple of these names were wrong. Definitely let me know if you see anything else, and I'm definitely willing to change it. Very obviously here, we did not end up making the playoffs, but that's exactly what you'd expect. We did not finish last in the division, though, which is kind of unfortunate. We went 5-11. Hopefully that's still like a top 7, top 6 draft pick or something. Let's check out these stats, though. Matt Ryan had a pretty good year number-wise. You know, 4,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. Devontae Freeman wasn't too good this year. 809 yards for him, 7 touchdowns. Julio Jones went absolutely off, which is phenomenal. Austin Hooper logged over 1,000 yards with 10 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley did all right. Devontae Freeman, 4 touchdowns for him. Receiving isn't too bad. Sack numbers are very low, but I feel like these don't accurately translate from the real life into, you know, when you load up the franchise and whatnot. But Devondre Campbell, 129 tackles. 7 tackles for loss for Tack McKinley. 9 sacks for Grady Jarrett, leads the team by a pretty big margin. 2 interceptions for Desmond Trufant. I think both of those came against the Eagles. 1 for Bruce Irvin, Kendall Sheffield, and Isaiah Oliver. Defensive touchdowns, we don't have any. We do have a safety, though, from Bruce Irvin. And then blocked kicks, we have 1 from Tack McKinley. Any forced fumbles? Probably. We actually have a lot of forced fumbles. Okay, how many of those were recovered? Only 3. That's not a good rate. 6th on offense, though. Defense, probably near the bottom of the league. 19th. It's not even all that bad, to be honest. MVP is Dak Prescott. This is 100% what's going to happen because Madden is super realistic. It's not going to be Russell Wilson. It's not going to be Lamar Jackson. No, it's going to be Dak Prescott. Anybody from the Falcons? No, I don't see anyone. NFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Dak Prescott. I'm sure Matt Ryan is in this list somewhere. He is at number 9. Okay. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Shaq Barrett. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Kyler Murray. Nobody from the Falcons. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Nick Bosa, of course. Kendall Sheffield, though, number 5. I will take it. You know, also, this is going to be the exact Super Bowl. You guys don't even have to watch the rest of the NFL season, okay? Because Madden predicts it perfectly. It is the Packers versus the Patriots. There's a lot of P's in that sentence. Good Lord. But let's advance the week, and let's watch the Patriots probably win another Super Bowl. Let's see, though. Actually, the Packers are going to win. All right, I'll take it. That would be a pretty cool Super Bowl to watch, especially, you know, with that outcome. But let's check out potential development upgrades here. Nobody on the offense going up in development, I don't think. Kind of upsetting. Austin Hooper should be a superstar. He had over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. Matt Ryan's down to an 83. I think this next season will have to be his last season on the Falcons then. We also have Ito Smith back at backup running back. I'll take it. Defensively, anybody go up in development? I don't think so. We have Keanu Neal back, though. I'll probably start him next year, which is pretty cool. Desmond Trufant's down to an 83. Oh, my Lord. I'll keep him for another season, but I think I'm going to trade him after that, man. I can't keep him on the team. He is so expensive for really not being that good of an overall anymore. If you were still in the 90s, I think it would be worth it, but not right now, dude. Austin Hooper. I want Austin Hooper back on the team, but this team has, like, no money. I think he's worth it, though. Austin Hooper is a beast. Anybody else here I want more? I don't think so, honestly. I mean, Matt Bosher is a good, you know, punter. Tyler Davison's a good defensive tackle. But I would definitely rather have Austin Hooper over all those guys. I'll try to give him a little bit more money if I can. Austin Hooper, please come back to the team. I don't have enough cap for this. I don't think I'm going to be able to bring back Austin Hooper unless I franchise tag him. I can't even offer him that. Oh, come on, man. I want Austin Hooper. He wants to play for a new team next year. Let me franchise tag him. It's $10 million. It's probably going to put us in negative cap, but I don't care. I want Austin Hooper back on the team. He always hits free agency, and I'm not going to allow that to happen right now. The thing is, we don't have any money to sign anybody, and we definitely have holes on this team. We have negative $6 million. Amari Cooper. Mari Cooper would have been interesting, but he probably wants a massive contract. Chris Jones would have been very nice at defensive tackle as well. You know, Kendall Fuller would have been a good cornerback to get. Logan Ryan isn't actually that bad, even though he's 29. Yeah, okay, there's a couple good players here, but of course, I'm not in the range to get any of them. We're just going to have to draft well here. Okay, let's just start the NFL draft. Let's see when we are up. We drafted number 7. Okay, so here's a look at the draft board. You know, everybody kind of scouted. I just turned on auto scout. I don't really care who I scout. I kind of have an idea of where all these people are supposed to go. But, you know, I'm looking at a couple players in particular. I don't want to say who just yet, but let's see who the Bengals end up going with. Are they going to go quarterback? Maybe try to replace Andy Dalton. Let's see. They go Justin Herbert out of Oregon. The Dolphins are going to go ahead and take Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas was the player I wanted. The Redskins are going to take Chase Young, a right end out of Ohio State. Of course, that's a good pick for the Redskins. He should probably move up to linebacker, but we'll see what they do. The Buccaneers end up taking Grant Delpit, strong safety from LSU. The Broncos go with Tua Tagovailoa, of course, the lefty out of Alabama. And then the Giants. Who do the Giants end up going with? Isaiah Simmons, a strong safety from Clemson. And now it is our pick. I could go Jerry Jeudy and just get, you know, all Alabama receivers, because why not? I could also use a player like Derek Brown at defensive tackle. This is interesting, man. Raekwon Davis is also here. He may look a little bit better, to be honest. I really wanted an offensive lineman here, though. That's the issue. The thing is, the position I need the most, I think, are guards right now. And there are no first-round guards. I don't want to try to move around offensive linemen in realistic rebuilds as much. So I think I'm just going to go Jerry Jeudy. Let's just keep adding to the Alabama wide receiver core. Why not? 79 overall, hidden development trait, ranked number 3 in the entire class, wearing Roddy White's number. 94 speed, 93 acceleration, 85 catching. This dude is a beast. I think he is going to go off for us. I don't know if I should start him over Calvin Ridley or not, but we'll figure something out, man. Jerry Jeudy's a stud. I need him to play somewhere. Let's round out the top 10 here. Let's see who the Lions end up going with. Dylan Moses, which I feel like I should change him around a little bit too, because I'm pretty sure he like tore his ACL or something. Maybe I can make him like a second or third round player, because he is still very talented. I'm sure a team will take a shot on him. And then Derek Brown going number 9 overall to the Chargers. The Jets. Who do the Jets decide to go with? Joe Burrow at number 10. No more Sam Darnold. They're moving on, but let's go to the second round here and see who is still available for me to select. Hopefully there's an offensive lineman here. Mekhi Becton just went. He would have been a cool pick. Jake Fromm is still here. Okay, I said something about potentially going with a quarterback in the second round. Let me look around a little bit more. Maybe I will go with Jake Fromm, and then he can play a year behind Matt Ryan. So Shane Lemieux is here. I genuinely do not know who this is, but he looks pretty good. Oh, this is such a difficult decision, man. This is a very difficult decision. I know Ben Bredesen is actually pretty good as well. I think that's how you say his last name. I don't know. I could wait for him and get Jake Fromm. I don't think Bredesen's going to be much worse than Lemieux, if at all, you know. I think I'm going to go Jake Fromm. Let's do it. Jake Fromm is on the team. He's a 69 overall hidden development trait. We reached a little bit on him, but I don't really care. That's fine. He could definitely sit and, develop a little bit under Matt Ryan for a year, and then maybe after this season, he can come in and start and lead this team into the promised land. We have the second last pick in the second round now, though. Hopefully we can go with an offensive lineman. So the offensive linemen I were looking at are both gone, which sucks. And I don't know if I should just, take a shot at one of these guys randomly. They could be pretty good. I mean, you never know. I definitely need some sort of offensive lineman on this team, man. I know, John Runyon Jr. looks like he can be pretty good. He's very strong, so that's enticing. I'll throw him on my draft board just to see if I can get him later. I remember Tommy Kramer being really good in previous draft classes. I don't know if he's actually good or what. All right, this is kind of a weird situation. I could also use a defensive tackle, so maybe we'll go with one of these random guys. I think I'm just going to take a shot on a defensive tackle in case they are starting caliber. Let's just take a look at the combine here for a little bit. Raekwon Williams looks pretty good. Lorenzo Neal also looks pretty good. 35 bench press reps seems like a good bit. Let's go with Lorenzo Neal here. 66 overall, normal development. Not a fantastic draft, but he honestly can probably still play for us. I'm going to take a corner here just to see if we can potentially get a hidden development guy who can develop. I don't know much about any of these players. I've said this before. So who do I want to go with here? I think Chase Lucas has one of the better combines, so he actually looks pretty decent. He's a 71 overall with hidden development. That was a really good draft pick. And now the question is, do we put Desmond Trufant on the trade block this year? We have 3 young corners with potential, right? Like, I don't know what to do, man. It's a weird situation to be in because I feel like Falcons fans may be upset with me. I definitely think Desmond Trufant would benefit a ton from going to a different team. We'll see, though. We'll definitely see. I think here I'm going to go with a guard just to make sure I get one. I know he's supposed to go in the 6th round, but I'm just going to take him now. I mean, his combine is swaying me. I know combine doesn't matter that much in like man-made draft classes. I'm still going to go with him, though. He's a 67, but he has hidden. That's awesome. Okay, he can definitely start for us. John Runyon Jr., welcome to the team. I think here I'm going to go with Michael Divinity Jr. I think I've heard of this guy before, so he might be pretty good. 68 overall, normal development. Definitely a pretty good draft pick. I don't think he'll get much playing time, but definitely think it was worth the pick. Let's take a look at this draft here once again. I think we did pretty well. We got Jeudy, who's going to add to the wide receiver core very nicely. We got a potential future quarterback in Jake Fromm. Lorenzo Neal may start, who knows. Chase Lucas, I think I'm going to have to try to start somewhere. We also got Ezra Cleveland in the 7th round. I simulated that pick, so that's a really good draft pick. A 66 overall. Maybe the draft class is just a little bit too good in the later rounds. I don't know. Let's see who went after pick number 10. Raekwon Davis went to the Cardinals. AJ Epineza to the Jaguars. Trey Adams to the Titans. Tyler, I'm going to say this. Is it Bayadaz? I don't think that's right. Bayadash, maybe? Maybe the SZ is like a weird sound. He went to the Colts. They really don't need a center. They have Ryan Kelly. Maybe he'll hit free agency then. Who knows? Patty Fisher to the Raiders. Troy Dye also to the Raiders. They drafted 2 linebackers. That's pretty funny. But let's simulate now. Upgrade some players, and I'll let you guys know what the team's looking like. Okay, so here is a look at the team. 81 overall, 83 offense, 80 defense. You're going to see something kind of weird on the offensive line. I know I made a note earlier and said that I don't want to move offensive linemen around, but we don't have any other good center. So Lindstrom is just going to come in and play center. I think that's fine. But this is what the rest of the offense looks like. We have a really good-looking wide receiver core, all out of Alabama, which is hilarious. I just want to make sure. I'm pretty certain about this, but just in case, okay. We also could have went and signed Amari Cooper. You know, we could have gotten 4 receivers out of Alabama. That would have been hilarious. But, you know, Matt Ryan now has another option in Jerry Jeudy, who is going to develop so well, I imagine. Devontae Freeman here at running back can hopefully have a good year for us. Austin Hooper is back on the team. We definitely have to fix up this offensive line next year. I will do my best to do that in free agency and whatnot. And then defensively, this is what it looks like. I really want to move on from Desmond Trufant, but not right now. I will keep him for this season, and then maybe try to trade him next year. I'll see what happens, but I don't really want him for that much longer. The defensive line definitely needs some help as well. We need to target some edge rushers and another defensive tackle in the offseason at some point, but linebacking core got a little bit worse because I didn't have any money to bring back Devondre Campbell, so Michael Divinity Jr. will actually get a lot of playing time. Him and Deion Jones will be the sub-linebackers. Keanu Neal slides back up to free safety. DeMonte KZ at free safety. This team looks okay. I feel like maybe they can, you know, clutch out like a over 500 season, but we'll see what happens. The team right now at week 9 is 5-1-1. Okay, we are actually playing really well. We were in first place in the NFC South, but it's all very close. The Panthers 5-3, Saints 4-3, the Buccaneers 4-4. So it really is anybody's division. This is a huge game though against the Buccaneers. If we can win, that would be massive because it would actually make some more separation for ourselves. But let's check out these development traits here. Jerry Jeudy's development is not yet revealed. I wonder how close he is. Now, he's pretty close. He's about 50 snaps away. Defensively, anybody get revealed here? I don't think so. Actually, no. Chase Lucas. Why am I so stupid? Chase Lucas has star development, also on offense. John Runyon Jr. also has star development. That's pretty cool. This guy has at least star development as well. A lot of stars in this class. That's weird. I don't know how much I agree with that. Maybe I'll change some stuff around. But of course, we have to bring Austin Hooper back to the team once again, since we franchise tagged him. I want him back a lot. I also want Keanu Neal. I also want Takk McKinley. But the thing is, Takk McKinley and Keanu Neal literally always hit free agency, so it leads me to believe the Falcons have like no money. We'll probably have to go in and try to cut some players or something at some point. How much money do we have? $17 million. We don't have enough to bring all of these people back, but Austin Hooper I definitely want back. He's a great tight end. Then it's Keanu Neal or Takk McKinley. Who do I want to prioritize here? Maybe I can get them both. I actually may be able to. We're just not going to have like any money heading into free agency, which sucks because this team needs some help. Like, these are players I really want. Okay, I don't think we're going to be able to get back Takk McKinley. Maybe I can figure something out and go ahead and cut some players from the team and see what I can do. Let me check out these contracts here. Okay, I cut Alan Bailey and I cut Ty Sombrello. I don't really think that's going to affect the team much at all, but let's advance now to the end of the season and I'll let you know what the record's all about here. Did we make the playoffs this year? It was a pretty big season. We did. We went 9-6-1. Wow, we just barely made it. Okay, we came in second in the division. The Panthers won the division, going 11-5. The Saints 8-8. The Buccaneers 6-10. Okay, let's see how the team played. Matt Ryan, what are you doing, fam? 4,707 yards, 38 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. Good God. I'm excited to see what Jake Fromm can do in this offense, man. This will be Matt Ryan's last season. I get it. He played amazingly. But, like, come on. I can't keep him starting. I just can't do it. He's going to be like a 73 overall by the end of the rebuild if I do. Devontae Freeman, almost 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns. Julio Jones went absolutely off. Calvin Ridley, over 1,000 yards. Jerry Jeudy, 906 yards. Good average yards per reception, though. Austin Hooper, 12 touchdowns. This offense was clicking. Sack numbers aren't even that bad. Okay, this offensive line isn't horrible. That's pretty cool to see. 135 tackles from Michael Divinity Jr. Couldn't that be Rookie of the Year? Hopefully. That would be huge. 14 tackles for loss for Grady Jarrett. 10 for Lorenzo Neal. Not bad for the rookie. 6.5 sacks for Takk McKinley. We have 3 interceptions for Deion Jones and Chase Lucas. Chase Lucas having a good season. Desmond Trufant got 2. Isaiah Oliver 2. DeMonte Kazee got 2. Keanu Neal only got 1. Defensive touchdowns. We don't have any safeties. We have 1 for Takk McKinley. 2 blocked kicks. Deadrian Sonata and Ricardo Allen. And then any fumbles. We have 3 forced fumbles. None were recovered. That sucks. We were second in the NFL on offense. That's massive. And then defensively, 26th. Interesting season. MVP was Mitchell Trubisky, of course. Matt Ryan, though, at number 2. NFC Offensive Player of the Year, Mitchell Trubisky. Matt Ryan at number 2. Defensive Player of the Year, Fred Warner. I feel like he wins it a lot, though. He's a beast. Michael Divinity Jr. at number 7. Any rookies above him? I don't think so. I think this could be Defensive Rookie of the Year for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year is going to Jerry Jeudy. That's phenomenal. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Michael Divinity Jr. Let's go. Chase Lucas at number 4. I will take it. We drafted super well then. Let's go. We also got Jake Fromm. Oh, man, this offense is going to be awesome in a couple years. Well, let's check out these development traits because I know we have a couple still to reveal. Jerry Jeudy specifically. Jerry Jeudy's an X factor. I don't agree with that. Are there any rookie X factors in the game right now? Nick Bosa is a superstar. I don't think Kyler Murray was an X factor. It doesn't make sense for me to have him be an X factor. I don't think that really impacts simulation that much, though. I'll just leave it, but let me know if you want me to change that in the future. I didn't know that going into it. I don't necessarily agree with it either. But he has 4 experience points, which is pretty cool. Jake Fromm has 6. His development is still not revealed. We have a couple other, good experience point numbers for a few other players. Defensively, Chase Lucas, he has 4. Okay, he's going to go up pretty well. Michael Divinity Jr. has 6. Okay, this team is going to progress nicely. I think my policy right now is going to be before we enter the offseason, I think I'm going to try to cut some players. Maybe then it'll free up money for me to sign some free agents. I don't know. I don't exactly know. But hopefully being an X factor doesn't really influence how well Jerry Jeudy plays. Part of me wants to, bring him down to superstar. I can get behind him being a superstar, but not as much an X factor. If you think about what an X factor is supposed to be, right? They're supposed to be absolutely game-changing players, and that doesn't make too much sense for a rookie to be that way. I get there's some ridiculous rookies out there. I understand it. I just can't imagine him being an X factor over some of these other players. It's just hard for me to wrap my head around. Whatever. But here we go. That's the team. It's an 82 overall. Let's just see if we can take down the Packers. This would be kind of huge. They're an 83 overall. We're an 82 overall. Jair Alexander is up to an X factor. That's pretty cool. But the way I'm thinking about it, this is a pretty good example. I don't think Chris Jones was an X factor at the beginning of this game. And the fact that they have Jerry Jeudy being an X factor when Chris Jones wasn't considered to be one at first, that's what I don't understand. I don't think he was. If he was, I'm 100% wrong, but I feel like I remember him being just a superstar at some point. All right, what's up? It's editing Trim here, okay? I looked up my Chiefs rebuild. And on that rebuild, Chris Jones had star development. Not even superstar, so just wanted to clarify that. But we ended up winning that game. That's massive. 30-16. I will take it to the Cowboys. Are an 85 overall. Let's advance here against the Cowboys and see if we can take them down. We can. We have to take on the Cardinals. Okay, here we go. The Cardinals are an 80. We are an 82. They don't have an X factor. They're trash. That means Kyler Murray was not an X factor. Let's sim to the Super Bowl. And let's see if we are in it. This would be huge if we can make it to the Super Bowl the year after the team massively disappointed. And we can. All right, we have to go up against the Ravens. Let me spend these experience points. I just noticed something that is massive. Michael Divinity Jr. is up to like an 80 overall. He is going off this year. Also, Matt Ryan's up to an X Factor. Oh, we can see dev upgrades now. Oh, that's massive. Here we go. Who else went up in development? Michael Divinity has to be a star. It's hidden? What? Why is it hidden? Okay. He's an 82 overall, though. My God, he's a stud, man. This team is looking really nice. It's progressing super well right now. But here we go. Let's advance past the Super Bowl week after we check out. Actually, no. What am I doing? I haven't been in the Super Bowl in a while. That kind of just shows it. We go up against the Ravens. They're in 85. We hop into these games. All right, here we go. Okay, we are up by 10 right now in the fourth quarter. I just jinxed that. No longer up by 10. Actually, we're back up by 10, up by 13, up by 6. What? How did they just win that game? That is unbelievable. That's a crazy comeback for the Ravens. They scored 2 touchdowns in a matter of like a couple minutes. That's unbelievable. What a win by the Ravens. That would be a super interesting Super Bowl to watch, unless you're a Falcons fan. That was probably horrendous if you're a Falcons fan. But Takk McKinley is a player I want back. Do we have any money? I don't think so, right? We can probably bring him back. We're not going to have anything to sign anybody else, though. Okay, he's trying to test out free agency. It's $19.4 million. Dude, Takk McKinley's a good player, though. I'm going to franchise tag Takk McKinley. I did it. He's on the team for another season. I hate to do that, but the cap situation is so strange. I didn't want to cut anybody. I don't know, man. I'm sure a lot of you guys didn't really like that one. Yeah, we have a negative $17 million now. Who could I have went after? To be fair, though, there aren't really many people here who I could have went after, realistically. So that's not that bad of an idea, honestly. That worked out really well for me. I could have went after Derek Barnett, potentially. But Takk McKinley definitely would have been getting offers. I don't have like any money to spend on him. I do need a safety, though. Hopefully we can land one in the draft. I'm sorry that I had to do that, but I really didn't see any other option. Okay, let's load into the draft. We're going to have a really poor selection, which kind of sucks. We have the 31st overall pick, of course. You know, I could potentially try to trade up and maybe take a safety of some sort. Caden Stearns looks pretty solid. He's a strong safety, though, and I'm looking for a free safety. I could use a cornerback. Patrick Surtain Jr. looks like a stud. He is a stud. I could trade up to get him. We'd probably have to give away a lot. I could throw Desmond Trufant in one of those trades, though. What do I want to do? He's obviously not going to be there the next time I draft. Ricardo Allen's still on this team. Okay, this changes things. I forgot I didn't cut him. I can probably move Ricardo Allen to free safety. He has pretty good coverage ability. He can definitely slide over there. Just be a pretty hard-hitting free safety, but good man, good zone. 5'9" isn't ideal, but that's fine. Okay, I think I'm going to do that. Let's just start simulating. Maybe if Patrick Surtain is still there at number 5. Xavier Thomas went number 1 overall. The Jets go Penn Sewell, left tackle out of Oregon. Dolphins go Trevor Lawrence. The Bears are going to select Justin Fields. They're going with a new quarterback now. And the Lions, Justin Ross. Okay, I feel like the Buccaneers will go cornerback here. So do I want to trade up now? I don't want to trade with a division. I just don't want to do that. I don't want to give Desmond Trufant to a divisional rival. So I'm just going to allow them to probably take Surtain. They went Rondale Moore instead. Okay, the Giants. The Giants. Can I make this trade make any sense? Can I do this, man? We also have no cap room. This would help us out a ton. His cap hit is horrible. He's an 81 overall. Guys, I think I might do it. I think I'm just going to pull the trigger. Oh, you guys are going to hate this. People hate when I trade up in drafts in realistic rebuilds. Even if I try to make it a little bit realistic, people absolutely despise it. We probably have to give away a first rounder next year as well. I think this is a fair trade up. We're giving them a good cornerback who is making way too much money. We're also giving them a first rounder this year and a first rounder next year. I actually don't think this is that bad of a trade for the Giants. The worst part about it, obviously, is Trufant's cap hit. It's going to help us out. They can afford it. I'm doing it. I just probably gave this video like 20 dislikes, but you know what? Who cares? We're making moves out here, man. I'm going to go with Patrick Surtain Jr. out of Alabama. Arguably the best corner in this class here. One of the better ones. He's a 78 overall hidden development trait. Ranked number 3. Took him at number 7. He is a beast. I definitely think that was well worth it for us. I do feel bad for the Giants, though. I wonder who they're going to take with their selection. I'll have to look into that as well. But they did get another first rounder next year, so maybe, they're not really in a situation where they're going to fully dominate, right, in a year or whatever. I think trading their picks away is probably the best deal for them. I don't know. But who should we go with here? I like how I'm asking you that, as if you guys can respond to me. Also, I love me some KJ Hamler out of NA, the best college out there. I think I'm going to go with Bray Walker. Supposed to be a second-round talent, and see if he's any good. 65 overall, normal development. Really not that bad of a draft pick. I'll take it. I think I'm going to go with this dude out of Washington, whose name I'm not going to say. 63 overall, Tuli Lasagna. That's what I'm going to go with for his last name, all right? He's a 63. He's not that good. Okay, that's fine. All right, here in the 4th round, what do we do? I think we go Nico Collins. Pretty decent-looking wide receiver from Michigan. 63 overall. These draft picks aren't phenomenal, but these guys wouldn't have really played much even if they were pretty good. Okay, I simulated the draft after I took that wide receiver, so let's see who the computer landed me. We got a 59 overall, 62, and a 60 to Eric King. Let's go, man. I know C4 loves this guy, so. Let's check out the entire NFL draft, though. So who went after we traded up? Caden Stearns went directly after. He's a 78 overall. He seems very good. KJ Henry, 74 overall. Teron Vincent, 73. Adam Anderson. Jeffrey Okuda, pretty good looking corner out of Ohio State. Jaden Woodby, looks all right. Strong safety out of Florida State. Okay, that's the draft class. I'm comfortable with our draft there, even though we really landed one starter. You normally don't try to draft in real life to land, what, like 8 starters? So, that's not really what you do. But Patrick Surtain Jr. is going to be a massive upgrade, honestly. Okay, he's not an upgrade. Probably shouldn't say that. He is going to be a good addition to the team, though. He will be the number 1 cornerback. Chase Lucas will be the 3, probably Isaiah Oliver the 2. I will take it. Ricardo Allen's moving to free safety. This team isn't looking too bad. Philip Lindsay is a free agent? Why? How did he make it to free agency? That makes no sense. I'm not going to sign him, but that makes absolutely no sense. I do need a right guard. I just cut Jamon Brown, if you guys are wondering. I don't want to sign him back. Man, I keep having to go back on what I said before. I don't want to move offensive linemen around. I know that's not entirely realistic. I do it in fantasy-style rebuilds because who cares? But we need a right guard, and we have some pretty good tackles on this team. So I think Caleb McGarry is going to move to right guard. Whatever. I'm sorry. I already traded away. I already traded up in the draft. People hate that, so I'm sure the people who really care this much are probably gone by now anyway. Ah, man. This is going to be a great video. But this will be the team. Absolutely nobody on the offense fits the scheme. That is great. We have a 55% scheme fit. Maybe I change this? I don't know, man. The offense played well. I don't really want to mess with it. Our best is 75, which isn't bad. 70 as well. I'm gonna keep the 55. I don't really care. Scheme fit percentages aren't that important. They only really impact, just how much experience your players get. But I think this team can dominate again, man. I definitely do. With this scheme and with the playbook and whatnot. So I'm going to keep it. This is what the team looks like on offense. And then defensively, this is what we got rolling over here. I still need another edge rusher, but I have, no money. I had no money to sign anybody. So we're just going to have to rock with the team we have. I think it should do all right, to be honest, though. I think the offense can carry us again. And we also added, a pretty nice piece on defense in Patrick Surtain. Oh, we just lost to the Dolphins. They do have Trevor Lawrence now, so I guess that makes sense. The team is 3-4 right now with Jake Fromm starting at quarterback. Hopefully, though, we can turn it around. 2 other teams in the division are also 3-4, and then the Buccaneers are 5-3. Awkward-looking division right now, I guess. Let's check out these experience points. Hopefully, Jake Fromm is at least playing well. I want him to go up in overall. I want him to be the future of this team. Matt Ryan's a 78. He does have X factor, but he's not really going up at all anymore. Couple of experience points on offense. Defensively, Patrick Surtain Jr. has superstar development. That was definitely worth the trade up then. I wonder who the Giants took with their draft pick. I forgot to check. Whatever. Who's the breakout player? Somebody can go up in development. Tack McKinley. Tack McKinley can go up in development. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Hold the Redskins to less than, that should say fewer than, whatever. Fewer than 75 rushing yards, and 1 rushing touchdown, or get Tack McKinley 2+ interceptions, forced fumbles, tackles for loss, or sacks. Yes, Madden has incorrect English sometimes. I'm pretty certain that's supposed to say fewer. Because when you're talking about things you can count, like you can count how many rush yards you get, you want to say fewer. Less is for something like how much water is in this. There's less water in this cup than in this cup. I don't know. But here we go. I wonder if Takk McKinley can get that done. We also have to bring back Calvin Ridley. Okay. Our kicker has a hidden development trait. All right, he looks identical to our punter as well. Calvin Ridley, I want back. Of course, Takk McKinley needs a contract again. Isaiah Oliver is a player I want. Okay, do we have enough money to bring back these guys or no? We finally have some money, so we can bring back these players. Okay, I will take it. Calvin Ridley, Takk McKinley, and Isaiah Oliver are all coming back to the team. Also, I want to point this out. Now that we're talking about English, like the language and whatnot, people always use the word amount when they should use the word number. I notice this all the time. If you're saying amount, chances are you should say number instead. Like, you should say number of people and not amount of people. People always do that. You say number for countable things, and you say amount for, like I just used the example before with water. You'd say the amount of water in the cup, but you'd say, like, the number of water molecules in the cup. If you guys get what I'm saying. A little bit of an English lesson with Shram, you know? I'll highlight these little topics in every video. We're going to have an English lesson every single video now. What am I even doing anymore? Oh, I meant to load the draft class in. That's the plan. Did we get the breakout player challenge? Probably not, but let's see. No, Takk McKinley didn't do it. God, man, that could have been awesome. We did not make the playoffs this year. That's kind of upsetting. 5-11. Yeah, this team's not a 5-11 team. That sucks. Okay, all right. Jake Fromm. Absolutely killing it. 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns, 13 picks. Okay, that was not his fault. Devontae Freeman was okay. Didn't have too many yards, but 10 touchdowns, 4.2 yards per carry. Can't complain. Julio Jones went off. Jerry Jeudy over 1,000. Austin Hooper, 928 yards. Calvin Ridley, 8 touchdowns. Offense is perfectly fine. Even the offensive line was good. Defensively, I guess we struggled. Michael Divinity was good again. 16 tackles for loss for Takk McKinley. 10 quarterback sacks for Grady Jarrett. 7 for John Kaminsky. I don't even know who that is, to be honest. 3 interceptions for Ricardo Allen. 2 for Michael Divinity. 2 for Patrick Surtain Jr. 1 for Chase Lucas. And this guy. All right, let's try to say it. That first name is tripping me up. I think the last name is like Aluakun or something like that. Aluakun, maybe? It's not Foyasade. There's no way. Foyasade, maybe? Foyasade Aluakun? I don't know. But I would love to know how to pronounce that one. I really do enjoy knowing how to pronounce people's names, especially like the more difficult looking ones. So if anybody can put that phonetically in the comments, I'd actually really appreciate it. 1 blocked kick, though, from Michael Divinity. No safeties or touchdowns for anyone. I could look up him saying his own name. There's probably a clip of it somewhere. 3 forced fumbles and only 1 fumble recovery. But that's actually how I learned how to pronounce Adrian Amos's name. But for the longest time, I thought it was Amos. But then I heard him say it, and he says Amos. Whatever. We were like nearly the top offense, but we were the last defense. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. I'm actually really surprised that Jake Fromm isn't in this list. He's probably on Offensive Player of the Year, though. He is at number 8. I will take it. Nathan Stanley. All right. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack. Michael Divinity Jr. at number 3. He's a beast, man. He was a great player to go after. Deion Jones makes it at the end of that list as well. Justin Fields, Offensive Rookie of the Year. 2 Panthers players right after each other. Jalen Waddle, Stevie Scott. Puka Williams. This is a real person? Oh, that's a great name. I love that. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Patrick Queen. Patrick Surtain Jr. at number 2. I don't know if his name is Surtain or Surtan. I've heard both of them before, and I really don't know which one to stick with. I kind of just keep fluctuating. The Seahawks play against the best team in the game, the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns are probably going to win. 45-20. It wasn't even that close. Jeez. All right. Do I want to bring back any of these players? I don't even really want that kicker. He's not that good. 82 kick power, 83 kick accuracy? Yeah, no thanks. Ricardo Allen's up to superstar development. I don't think that's a player I want, though. That's awesome. He's up to superstar development, but it's not going to really help him out that much. He's like 30 years old. Did Jake Fromm go up in development? I'm expecting a superstar. Come on. Okay, good. Thank you. I would have been pissed off if he didn't. He had a great season. Why does this guy have superstar development? Dude, I don't like these developments. I'm changing this one. He does not deserve superstar development. He's a 62 overall. He might be amazing in real life. I don't know, but then up his overall or something. I'm not a big fan of that. I'll give him star. He had hidden. I'll give him star. Whatever. I might have to go in and completely change the developments of some of these rookies because I don't think they're that accurate. I feel like there's too many star developing rookies in this draft class. I might have to fix that. Defensively, though, I don't think anyone... Actually, Deion Jones is now an X Factor. Oh, that's phenomenal. Okay. The defense is actually looking really solid, man. I just need an edge rusher. I can use a safety, and I can use another linebacker. And then I am super content with this defense. I'm content with this entire team. We have $17 million. I can't afford all of those positions, but maybe we can draft one. Mitchell Schwartz is here. Mitchell Schwartz would be a huge upgrade at tackle. Also, Leighton Vander Esch would be awesome. Okay, I gave out a bunch of contracts. 2 of them were not expensive at all, so I don't expect those players to accept right away. Jamie Collins accepted. Marcus Davenport accepted. That was one of the really low ones, and Ricardo Allen accepted. Okay, that's not a bad free agency period. I kind of spent all the money I had, essentially. The other very, very small contract was for Mitchell Schwartz, as you can see down there. I gave him 40 points worth. We're not going to get him, which is kind of upsetting. Oh, man, I also really wanted a running back. I didn't even think about this. Yeah, Devontae Freeman's down to an 80. I can't get a running back. I didn't even see that many good running backs. I wasn't entirely looking, though, so that's on me. But, I mean, Ronald Jones can come in and start. I've seen Nyheim Hines in, like, best running back before. God, this sucks. Maybe I draft a running back then? That's very upsetting. I went after Nyheim Hines. If he accepts, he'll be the starting running back this year. Let's see what happens, though. If he doesn't accept, maybe I can try to draft one. Okay, he did accept. I may still look to draft one if I can get a pretty good running back. That's so annoying. I didn't really see anybody who looked that good, though. I could be just really stupid. I mean, Devontae Freeman wasn't even that bad last year, to be honest. He's also going to get a little bit better. He'll be an 81 overall now. It's probably better to keep Devontae Freeman, then. I really wish I could have snagged a running back. I wasn't even thinking about that position because I'm like, oh, Devontae Freeman will be fine. I forgot how badly regression hits, man. I forgot that we traded away our first-round draft pick. That's phenomenal. Let's go to the second round. I'm not trading up again. I can't justify that one. Let's go to the second round here and maybe try to snag a random player who could be something. What do I even need? There's a running back right here who looks okay. I could go with him and maybe start him. Jerry and Ely. He looks all right. There's a power back down there. I don't really want a power back. That guy is massive. 6'4". Holy crap, man. Also a good-looking right tackle. I think right tackle is more important than running back right now. Because that running back probably won't be that good. He's not going to start anyway, so I think Max Ray is going to be the draft pick here. He's a 68 overall normal. That wasn't a great pick either, but I don't really think we could have gotten anyone that good with that pick. Why is this guy's combine so freaking good? Good God. I'm going to throw him on my draft board, I guess. Dominic Blaylock, though, will be the pick now. He's a 70 with normal. He's actually not bad at all. I'm going to take this running back now and then simulate. He's a 63. Yeah, he's not that good. But it's all right, I guess. We'll go with Devontae Freeman here again. That sucks. That really does. I should have signed Phillip Lindsay, man. if there's a random good free agent running back, I'll go after him. But I've legitimately seen Nyheim Hines in running back of the year before. So that's why I went after him, but Devontae Freeman still is a higher overall, so I guess I'll just go with that. Let's check out this draft, though. We didn't really do anything that well, but we got Tua's brother. That's pretty cool, I guess. Let's check out the entire NFL, though. Who went number 1 overall? Because I have no idea. Kayvon Thibodeau, owner of the Dimsdale Thibodeau. Haha. All right, he went to the Steelers. Derek Stingley Jr. This guy's a stud out of LSU. If he's the cornerback I'm thinking of, that like true freshman now, who is looking like one of the best cornerbacks in the country already. Daxton Hill, Antonio Alfano, Jaden Hazelwood, Sam Cosme, Darnell Wright. All right, well, that's the class, if you guys care at all. But let's advance the week now, spend some experience points, and see how this team plays for what will likely be the last season. So the team right now is an 83 overall, 84 offense, I think an 83 defense. Hold on, let me just check this out quick. 83 defense as well. Matt Ryan is still on this team making a ton of money. I guess there's no reason to cut him now. Just retire, dude. You're 37 years old. I was just waiting for that to happen. Whatever. This is going to be the team for the final season. This is a very weird rebuild. I feel like a lot of people aren't going to like this one. But, you know, don't leave. You know, stay here. Give me watch time. I don't know. But... this is the offensive line we're rocking with. It's not that bad, to be honest. Everybody in the mid-70s, I'm okay with it. It's difficult to build a good offensive line when you're not really able to trade. Realistic rebuilds are really hard this year. I gotta be real. The cap situation for every team always blows after like the first year. It's difficult to even sign some of these stud players. In previous Maddens, you can you can sign like 3 or 4 stud free agents every year. It's really difficult to do that this year, especially when you have players like Matt Ryan eating up so much of the cap, and I don't think I could trade him. I don't think that's necessarily realistic, so I didn't do it. It's kind of rough, man. I hope you guys kind of sympathize with me a little bit. But this offense should still do just as fine. I think they'll be perfectly fine, honestly. Defensively, we have a lot of superstars now. We added Jamie Collins. He should help out a lot. Also got some more defensive lineman depth. Well, you know, Lorenzo Neal is still here. He's not too bad. 69 overall, I will take it. It's actually not that big of a deal if the backup defensive tackle isn't an absolute stud. So I'm good with it. Let's simulate. I'll let you know what the team's all about. Okay, the team made the playoffs here once again. Not a bad end to the rebuild then, if you ask me. We went 9-7, winning the division, 8-7-1 for the Saints, 8-8 for the Panthers, 6-10 for the Buccaneers down there. Jake Fromm is a beast, dude. Holy crap, he's good. 4,574 yards, 38 touchdowns, 10 picks. He's having an excellent start to his season, man. Devontae Freeman took a pretty noticeably big step down. 10 touchdowns is nice, but not a good, yards per carry number. Not too many yards. Definitely need to move on from him, but this is going to be the final season anyway. Jeudy stepping up, being that true number 1. Julio Jones, again, taking a pretty big step back. He's getting old as well, though. Austin Hooper has 6 touchdowns. Calvin Ridley gets 6, but Jeudy, man, is a god. Not many sacks allowed. I'm telling you, this offensive line is very good. Michael Divinity Jr. is actually one of the better draft picks I had this rebuild. 126 tackles for him again. 15 tackles for loss for Takk McKinley with 13.5 sacks. There we go. 2 interceptions for Patrick Surtain Jr. and Keanu Neal. 1 for Isaiah Oliver and Kendall Sheffield. Defensive touchdowns, we don't have any. We don't have any safeties either. Block kicks, we have 1. Justin Maskell. Forced fumbles, we don't have any at all, so obviously no fumble recoveries. Why did I even check that? 9th on offense. All right, and then defense. Top 10. 19th. Okay, I guess I got a little better from last year, though. MVP this year was Marcus Mariota. Jake Fromm finally gets his respect at number 6. Joe Burrow, what's his overall? He's an 83. Jake Fromm's an 80. All right, not too much of a difference, man, but Justin Fields is up to an 87. I feel like he has X factor. Just because of how crazy the developments are with this draft class, I definitely need to go in and change that. Jake Fromm is number 4, though, for Offensive Player of the Year. Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Spencer Rattler. Defensive Rookie of the Year, DeMarvion Overshown. Oh, that's a name. Best quarterback this year is Russell Wilson. Jake Fromm, though, at number 2. Best running back, Ezekiel Elliott. Best wide receiver, Devontae Adams. Jeudy at number 2, though. Best offensive lineman, Zach Martin. Nobody from our team. That's sad. Best defensive lineman, Aaron Donald, of course. Takk McKinley, though, at number 3. Best linebacker, Khalil Mack. Michael Divinity Jr., though, at number 9. Best defensive back, Jair Alexander. Dude, he's a beast. He's a 97. He is so good. That's crazy. Best kicker, Jason Sanders. Our kicker didn't make the list. No. Actually, he did. Michael Badgley. I missed him. Sorry. At number 5, let's go. I probably missed a couple other players then, if I just missed the kicker there right in the middle of the list. But let's check out, overalls. Not overalls. Let's check out experience points. Those are very important right now. Jake Fromm probably has a good bit. Yeah, he has 5. Jeudy is going to be up to like a 93 with his, morale boost and whatnot. Yeah, this team is looking pretty. Here we go. This could be another Super Bowl run, potentially. I'm not going to bother with my coach experience. I don't really care all that much, to be honest. It's not going to make too much of a difference right now. We are an 84. The Packers are an 83. We beat them last time in the playoffs 2 years ago. Can we beat them again? Probably not, honestly. I feel like this is going to end right here. Let's see what happens. It did end right here. I was right. I'm a prophet. 42-23, we lose against the Packers, but let's take a quick look at development traits. I think they can go up right now. Let me see. If I don't see any development trait upgrades on offense, I will sim to the Super Bowl week. Yeah, okay, I don't see any. Let me sim to the Super Bowl week in case they can't go up yet. It's the Browns and the Seahawks. Wasn't this the Super Bowl that was last year? I think it was. The Browns, I'm pretty sure, won last year. And they're going to win again. Okay. Now let me see development trait upgrades. Show me. Jake Fromm, X Factor. Has to happen. Come on. He is an X Factor. Let's go. Oh, look at Matt Ryan down to a 65. How are you still even playing? Oh, this team is looking rough right now, though. There are so many poor developments. Not poor developments, I should say. There's so many poor overalls now of some of these players. It's kind of insane. Dak McKinley's up to superstar. That's pretty cool at least. But we do have a pretty decent core still, but this team is kind of shot. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this rebuild. I really hope you guys out there enjoyed. At least I brought the Falcons to another Super Bowl. I probably should have won it. The Ravens came back with some witchcraft. Thank you guys so much for watching one final time, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.